applied philosophy? And what has it to do with Tai Chi? What makes Tai Chi anything more than just a slow version of wrestling? And why should we accept Bruce Lee's advice and become a friend to water? What's water ever done for me? Find out on today's fluid episode of Talking Tai Chi with the Teapot Monk. So far on this series of podcasts, we have looked at the martial application and the health aspects of Tai Chi. But today, we're going to focus on the philosophical approaches to this interesting art. Not as an academic study, but rather as a tool for efficient daily living in the 21st century. Often in the martial arts, we talk about applying our skills to real life. And if you do a web search, you can always find a plethora of books titled Applied Tai Chi, Applied Principles, Applied Qigong, Applied Secret Ninja Breath Strikes on the shelves of your local Amazon store, but less so with the philosophy of this art. And if Tai Chi has a relevance at all today, it is, I would argue, as an applied philosophy. True, there are different elements that go to make up this philosophy, and true, there are few that can agree to the exact balance each exerts. Physical action, mental attitude, spiritual awareness, etc., etc. Consequently, many practitioners choose to focus on primarily one element over another, one school prioritizing one part more than the others, leading to an incessant debate between schools as to what is and what is not real or applied Tai Chi. However, I think we could all agree that Tai Chi is more than just a definition, a spelling, or an interpretation. It is a balance of all that we've talked about so far in this series of podcasts and more, because without this philosophical framework, then Tai Chi is simply a rather slow and gentle version of wrestling. Without a Taoist context, Tai Chi is a practical answer to an unspoken question. Lao Tzu, the old man and legendary author of the Tao Te Ching, managed to shift the focus of life away from manipulating systems of belief towards the truth of experience. Accept what is, yield to it, and learn from the moment, was his advice. Do not fight the world when it does not meet with your expectations. Yield, bide your time. Recognize the language of change, and in so doing, learn the lessons of strength, of suppleness, the advantages of softness, and the unstoppable force of water. Yes, water, as in be like water, my friend. When Bruce Lee spoke this phrase in his interview in Hong Kong all those years back, he wasn't saying try and keep damp or watery. He wasn't suggesting we should drink more water, though we probably all should, nor was he hinting that we try and imitate the liquid. What he was intimating was to try and stay fluid and adaptable. Lee was expressing a fundamental tenet of Taoism, that of the soft overcoming the hard, and the clearest example of this in nature is that of water. Hallelujah. As Lao Tzu wrote in the Tao Te Ching, water is fluid, soft and yielding, but water will wear away rock, which is rigid and cannot yield. As a rule, whatever is fluid, soft and yielding will overcome whatever is rigid and hard. Softness is the essence here, and slowly the paradox of softness and strength becomes obvious in the practice of Tai Chi. So what does softness mean in Tai Chi? The state of awareness while practicing is considered soft, but this does not mean it is floppy or weak. The Chinese name for this concept is Sung, and this means loose but alert, relaxed but poised, cat-like. Practically don't imitate cats. Tai Chi practitioners do have a tendency to go round imitating animals. Storks spreading their wings, repulsing monkeys, roosters standing on one leg. Yes, understand their symbolism, but don't imitate. Imitation is silly. Innovate, don't imitate.
Sir, yes, sir!
Cats, when stalking prey, show us the way of concentration, coordination, slow and deliberate movements, and singularity of focus. Imitate these things when hunting mice or lizards, and you will do well. Imitate these qualities when boarding an underground tube, and things may not go quite so smoothly. As Lao said, choose your moment. And this brings me to the concept of yielding in today's often unjust times. Last week in Madrid in Spain, demonstrators were brutally assaulted by anti-disturbance police, and it is, I believe, a misunderstanding of Taoist ideas to simply yield to such brutality. That's not to say one should lob a Molotov cocktail in the midst of the police ranks, tempting as this may be when shot at with rubber bullets. No, I'm suggesting advance, advance, advance. Surround the Parliament in mass and use the sheer weight of numbers, the strength of water on the move, and singularity of focus to overcome all obstacles, to advance and make oneself heard, rather than attempting, but often backfiring, individual expressions of violence. But we'll come back to this issue again next week. So to recap, Taoism is more than anything a way of approaching life. And softness is the fundamental quality of yielding that enables one to succeed. Giving way is not seen as a weakness. Rather, it is an act of humility and generosity from a position of strength, composure, and awareness of Wu Wei. Wu what? Wu Wei. And to find out more about the way of the Wu, tune in next week when we explore part 2 of the way of the Tao on Talking Tai Chi with the Teapot Monk. Looking to discover what Tai Chi can do for you, or curious and would like to know a little more? Well, just come over to 21stcenturytaichi.com. Look for the link in the show notes. There's short introductory courses, breathing, health, Tai Chi form, sword, philosophy applications and more, plus books, PDFs and great videos and even music. Got a question? Track me down on social media as the Teapot Monk. Thanks for listening.